One of the greatest rosters ever assembled in wrestling history made their mark in this industry. Iconic moments with different characters while being revolved around a faction that changed the course of wrestling history. But things have occurred years later. Shoot promos and storylines have led to people questioning how successful the promotion really is. You know what's funny? I was talking about WCW in the year 2000, but you all definitely thought I was talking about 2024 AEW. I'm Ace from Shockwave Sports, and let's answer the question, is AEW getting desperate? Now, let's get one thing straight. I don't think the company is gonna go out of business this year and get sold to WWE or anything like WCW in the year 2000. I mean, look at the Forbes article this past month. AEW seems to be doing something correctly here, but what made AEW special back in 2019 isn't special anymore. When AEW started in 2019, their competition, WWE, was a little different, to say the least. For some fans, 2019 was the last straw creatively, and they fully switched over to the show that had the guys they liked on YouTube. I'm not downplaying what Being the Elite did either. I think the show was genius. I was in college at the time and just couldn't afford to pay for anything outside of the WWE network. So Being the Elite helped me keep up with some of my favorite non-WWE wrestlers. I'm saying this because I'm not a hater. I want AEW to be good, and I think it is very good. But ratings seem to not be getting any better despite some of the massive signings they have gotten the past couple of months. For example, I'm a Batman fan. I know when it's time to be a little critical to the things I love in my fandom. Not everything AEW does is a W. Just like for every Arkham City, there's a Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. No studio or wrestling promotion is perfect. So let's take a look what has happened since this great start in 2019. The Triple H era is in full swing at WWE. Now more talent seems to be getting more opportunities, and higher quality matches are now happening under the once claimed to be sports entertainment business. Oh yeah, those words, sports entertainment, seem to be getting low-key banned, where you now have Michael Cole screaming, "I love pro wrestling," during the main event of WrestleMania 40. This now puts AEW, I believe, in an identity crisis. They were the pro wrestling show. They had the 5-star matches, but now WWE is producing 5-star matches just like them. So, does pro wrestling need AEW anymore? Have they fulfilled their mission that people want pro wrestling? The short answer is yes, they do need them. The wrestling scene has way too much great talent to not have a second major American promotion. But without the advantage of being the quote-unquote cool promotion, what can it offer technically? Well, this is all speculation, but it's very possible AEW is slightly shifting to the more sports entertainment approach. Look at some recent stuff. Using the whole Eric Bischoff controversy creates cash idea, which, I'm sorry, Eric Bischoff, for putting you in the same sentence as AEW. I know. I think you're great. But using that whole controversy idea by showing the CM Punk and Jack Perry all-in brawl footage, and then Tony Khan gets attacked by the Elite weeks later, showing up on the NFL draft with a neck brace. This feels like an attempt to recreate the Mike Tyson and Stone Cold segment, a story arc that can hit mainstream news, and it pretty much did, with Tony Khan constantly being asked about it at the draft. Now the question is AEW trying to compete by doing this, or is it now becoming a sports entertainment alternative? These two promotions really played an Uno reverse card on each other. It's kind of crazy to think about it. In my opinion, a show like AEW Dynasty recently worked because it felt like an alternative show to WWE. I don't need them to try to compete with the magnitude of WrestleMania. They just went out and did their thing, and a lot of it was great. Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson specifically is a match of the year contender, and that feud had a very simple story going for it. So I personally don't think AEW is in desperation mode, but I do think it's no doubt having a little bit of an identity crisis at the moment. And that's okay. WWE themselves have gone through this. In the early 90s, during the New Generation era, there seemed to be really no direction until a Texas rattlesnake showed up and kickstarted the Attitude Era. And maybe that's what AEW needs, is a moment in time where it feels like it has shifted to something. It needs a proper direction. I don't know if they need to tell me that or just visually show me in a way, but if you look at what Double or Nothing did way back in 2019, they perfectly started a new era where they wanted to quote-unquote change the world. And I truly think, as an AEW fan, and as a fan of pro wrestling in general, they could do that again. AEW will find its footing. They have fantastic pay-per-views, but the weekly television just needs something more to it. And I'll be looking forward to whatever they got planned. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe and check out our 2K24 series on the channel. See you all in the next video.